Good morning, guys. I wanted to show you today how easy it is to switch between ethanol and 93 or 91 octane on the OpenFlash Tablet. So this next week we're heading to mid-Ohio and there aren't any E85 stations out there. So we've got a pretty low tank of gas, and I think you want to switch between E85 and gasoline when you have about just a couple gallons in the tank when the fuel light comes on. So that's where we're at right now. We're going to go to the gas station, put some gas in, and drive about a mile or two, watch the fuel trims on the OpenFlash tablet, and when they go way negative, we're going to stop, pull over, switch maps back to the 91 map, and drive around easy for a little bit, and we'll be good to go. So, step one, get your OpenFlash tablet out and plug it into the OBD2. OBD2 is just right down below the center area here. You can kind of feel it, and it goes in this way. It's a little bit low to get down there, so you just have to kind of feel it out and just stick it in. Alright, want to make sure you've got a good connection with the car. Yep, we're communicating with the ECU. We've got throttle percentage there. We're good to go. So I'm going to put some gas in the car, turn this off. So the reason we're not flashing the ECU right now is because there's still ethanol on the lines, and you can do it, but basically it takes the car twice as long to learn the new fuel trims and on the 91 tune. So, all right, 11 gallons. It's a pretty good full tank. The numbers we're going to be wanting to pay attention to are short-term fuel trim and long-term fuel trim. And once those numbers dip down below about 14% or so, that's when we're going to pull over and switch maps. And that only takes about 5 minutes. So I'm just keeping an eye on these fuel trims still. We're sitting about between 3 to 4% at about 2300 RPM in 5th gear. Alright, we just saw a big drop in fuel trims here. They're down to about minus 10%. Minus 16, minus 15%. So that means we're running on gas now. So I'm just going to pull over here into this subdivision. Switch the car off. And just put it into ignition on. Now we go into tuning. And we're going to write. Read is grayed out because that's the storage file for our stock tune. And we're going to go to stage 1. and that is the Stage 1 91 Octane off-the-shelf tune. It says communicating with ECU, preparing to write, erasing the flash, writing in progress. Do not interrupt this process. Do not open or close doors. So you just want to hang out, chill for a little bit while this is going on. Don't open windows, don't open doors, don't touch any buttons. Just hang out and let the tune write to the ECU. So far, we're really happy with the E85 tune on this car. We've only driven the 91 tune for maybe about 60-70 miles, and even that felt great compared to stock. It's amazing how good this car can feel with just a little bit of a tuning tweak, a little bit of an ECU tweak here and there. It really brings out some power and flattens out that torque dip between 3,500 to 4,500 RPM. And the car's just a lot more fun to drive. These aren't huge power gains, but we're still, on bolt-ons, we're still naturally aspirated. We could probably get a little bit more power with some equal length or unequal length headers. We'll see what happens in the future. Alright, so it's been about 3 minutes. It says key off and confirm. So we'll turn the car off. Hit OK. Key on and confirm. Hit alright. Riding complete. Switch off ignition, start engine, and let idle for 45 seconds before driving. Cool. So we're going to turn off the ignition. So we're just starting the car up, letting it idle for about a minute, not touching the throttle or anything, just giving the ECU a chance to kind of get used to the new 91 Octane. Now for the next 15 to 20 miles or so, I'm just going to be driving conservatively in open loop mode. We're not going to be going full throttle. We're just going to be driving normally and varying our RPMs, probably keeping things under 4. And that'll give the ECU some time to learn, and then we can let her rip. Trims are looking good. They're around minus 3-4%, and those should get better with time. We are running on 93 Octane.